Mark, for you, the attack got the start that they wanted, but
Yeah, we didn't have the result we wanted. Again, it's a little bit uncharacteristic for our team to be up a couple of goals and then give up games, and we did that twice in the tournament. But, again, everyone will be asking the question about the goaltending change. But knowing my team, I think I got the response that I was looking for in the first period, and that's how it goes. And again, a good play that they made, knocking a D off a puck to create the turnover, and then we talked about the number of goals they scored shorthanded, and 2 tonight really obviously broke our back. And again, a very good hockey club. I think I said it in the scrum the other day when Kootenay were facing the St. John Sea Dogs, that they're not just going to go away. Obviously, they've done a great job there, and I give them full marks for the game that they played today.
Now I'll take questions. As always, please wait for the microphone to reach you.
Kris, what separated your team from the club that trailed by 2 goals to the club that went and scored 6 unanswered goals?
Well, I think it was just playing with a little more emotion. I think we thought the game was going to be easy. Yes, they had some good hockey players out of their lineup, and I think they made the goaltending change, and I think our players are reading too much into that. And like I said, it's a long year, and I think all players look for any chance that it's going to be easy. They want it to, because it's just been such a long year. And I think we found out that Owen Sound wasn't going to go anywhere. Even though they were missing their two of their best players, they're still a very good hockey team. And I think we realized that we had to work a lot harder after that first period.
Mark, looking back at the goaltending change, looking back at the way the game went tonight, now you said a minute or so ago that you got the response you wanted, but if you had to do it all over again, would you still have made that goaltending change?
Well, like I said, the way my team responds, again, you look at the last game that we played, we didn't come out the way that we needed to, and we're asking Jordan Binnington to come up with numerous saves. And I'm looking for a response from my team early in the game. That's obviously an important game. I guess after the fact, you can look at it any way you want. I thought in the first 2 goals, Stager didn't have much of a chance. The third goal was, one that he would obviously want back, and then a couple of the other goals were, I don't know, they're pretty good shots. So, in retrospect, you can say what you will, but. The important thing was putting a new goaltender in there. My players were going to be focused early in the game and, prepared to play. And that's, the response that I felt that we received from using Scott. And, obviously it didn't turn out the way I'd like first time.
Kris, are we starting to see the Kootenay ice that we saw in the playoffs now?
Well, I think we're getting there, but I think one of the biggest things that we do as a team is we tend to, or we did in the playoffs, play a solid 60 minutes. And obviously we didn't show up in the first 20, but I think we're finding our game as we go along. And I still think we've got room for improvement, especially our 5-on-5 play. The special teams has been doing very well, but I think there's still a lot of room for improvement on our 5-on-5 play.
Mark, your team played a terrific first period. What do you think happened in the second period? Was it just the loss of Hishin and Wilson combined with some fatigue that maybe caused a bit of a problem?
Yeah, I mean, you look at both Kootenay and St. John, who really walked through their side. Going 16-3, I think both their records were, and you play a pretty grueling 7-game series, and then you lose Joey Hishin right off the get-go, so you're using more of your players in key situations, and then with Garrett going out, I mean, those are 2 guys that they log a lot of ice time, and obviously they're premier players in this league. So we talked about keeping keep pumping the tires in the second period and trying to stay on top of it and not, get a little bit deflated. But, the first goal and then them coming right back. And, again, Cody Eakin, a premier player, makes a great play. And that puts you back on your heels again. And, again, without those two leaders, those are the guys you're looking for to set the tone. And those are the two players who've set the tone for us all year. And they're not there to create a response. So overall, obviously, I'm very proud of my group and how they played all year and how we came back to win an OHL championship. And obviously, this is very disappointing. We felt, that we matched up pretty well with all the teams, but without those key individuals, we're not quite the same team.
Kris, going up against Mississauga again, what does your team need to do differently to come out on top tomorrow?
Well, I think the big thing, when we played them the first time, it was very evenly matched. I think for us, the games that we have been successful is our special teams have helped us out. And tomorrow is going to be a very tight game, I anticipate, and probably the difference will be special teams. And the last couple of games, our power play has been going, so it's very important for us to keep that going. And if you can get 1-2 goals on the power play, that sure helps your chances of winning the game.
Chris, the team didn't obviously get off to the start you would hope to at the beginning of the game. Being down 2 goals at the end of the first period, what you may have said to the guys in the dressing room, would that have been more of a motivational sense, or would it have been more from a tactical, strategic viewpoint?
It was more of getting the motion out of them. It wasn't. We didn't have to change anything or X's and O's and that things like that. It was mostly just giving more, and I think we responded well, and we gave a lot more. We were first on pucks, and we won the battles more often than not as the game wore on. And we're successful when we win those battles. And if we don't, it's going to be a long night for us. And that was a pretty long first period for us because really I don't think we generated very much.
Kris, you had a tough road to get to this game. What have you learned about your club from the beginning of this tournament until this game?
Learned at the tournament or before?
At the tournament.
Well, I think I'm not sure if I learned it, but we can still all season we've overcome adversity, and even at this point of the season, it's still something that's very important to our team. Where yes, we're down 2 goals after the first period. It looks like the end of our season, and we responded very well. So. I don't know. I'm not sure. I knew that about our team before, but it's not always it's not easy to do all the time. And I certainly thought we were able to accomplish that again tonight.
Take one more.
Kris, as far as I know, you haven't changed the name to Kootenay Spitfires. Are you sick of the comparisons, or are you embracing the Trailblazer?
Well, I like the comparisons because they won. But we're our own team. We're our own identity. The Spitfires had a much different team than we did, but I think there's a lot of belief in that dressing room because we've been the underdogs right from our first round of playoffs. They picked us not to win our first round, and the same with the second, and as we moved on. So we like others counting us out. I think we gained some inspiration off that.